Hi guys, sorry it's taken me so long to put a video out. I've just had so much to do, I've been so busy. I promised a few videos. I actually promised to show you some of the footage from the BBC programme I did about roller pigeons, and it's called Time Shifting. It's coming out this autumn sometime, so as soon as I know when it's on TV, I'll stick up a quick post, or I'll stick up a quick video on the channel and let you guys know when it's on. I've got some clips on the computer, because whilst the guys from the BBC were filming, I set my camera up behind them, so it kind of gives you a behind the camera view of what's going on. It'd be interesting to see what actually ends up in the programme, but I'm not going to put it all in. It's about 45 minutes. I'll just edit a few clips and put them in for you in a minute. I've started another YouTube channel, and it's El Harrop Knives, and it's just about knife making and my knives, and I'm directly going to link it to my new website, which hopefully will be up in the next week or so. It's done, the website's done. I just don't want to put it up at the moment because there's nothing. I didn't have anything for sale, but I'm on with now 4 bushcraft knives and a skinning knife, which will be for sale on the website. Hopefully by the beginning of next week or the middle of next week, hopefully they'll be on there. I'm just waiting on some leather to make the sheaths for them, but they'll be on there for sale. So I'll put a link in the next video to my new channel, my knife making channel, and I'll put a link onto the website, so some of you guys hopefully will go over to that channel and subscribe and share, and if you know anyone wants a bushcraft knife, send them my way. Right, so I'm going to edit this clip out now, which will take me about 2 hours, and I'll stick it on.
Matt, can you tell it's a boat in the background? I think you can, can't you?
I think so.
It's better knowing what it is, and you're saying, what is that?
I'm not going to ask you to move it. Fantastic. So, can you tell me what we've got here? What your specialist interest in pigeons is?
My interest in pigeons is the Birmingham roller pigeon, as it's called, which is a performing pigeon which flies in a tight kit of birds, hopefully, and at a given point the birds will break and flip over backwards and do a roll. The main purpose of sort of breeding roller pigeons is to get the whole kit to do that in one shot, and that's what the competitions are based around anyway. I personally don't fly in competition. I did intend to. There's too much time needed to get the birds to that stage with the breeding, and many years of work to get a competition kit ready. So it's purely a hobby for me now.
So talk us through what happens when you let the birds out. What would somebody see if they've not ever witnessed a roller pigeon?
Well, hopefully you'll see the birds go straight up. Usually not, they need a flag to get them up because they're lazy. But you'll see the birds start to circle. They will circle the garden initially really tight, and then hopefully they will gain altitude and fly together as a group. And you will see odd birds as they go up break and start rolling, and they will go back into the kit as a group. And then they'll get to a certain height, usually around, it's hard to estimate, but I'd say 200 feet maybe, sometimes higher. And then as the birds turn into the wind, they will all break, flip backwards and roll down. And they will gain the height they were at, maybe do another turn and break and do it again. The weather has to be just right. You don't want too much wind, obviously you don't want any rain. You want a bit of low cloud, because on a clear blue sky the birds will literally disappear and pin out. You won't be able to see them.
And what would you be looking for in a particularly good roller pigeon then?
A good roller pigeon, I'd want a bird that stays in the kit initially. It's got to stay in the kit. It wants a good frequency. It wants to roll, say, every 2-3 minutes you want to roll out of it. You want a bird that rolls really tight, like a little ball. It comes down and then goes straight back into the kit. And if you've got them things, you've got just about everything you need in a roller pigeon. But it's very difficult to get 20 birds flying like that, because that's what a kit is. It's a 20 bird kit.
Do you know why they do this? Because I can't think of any other animal that does this. Do you know why the roller pigeon?
No one honestly really knows why they do it, and there's been a lot of research done, and it's beaten a lot of experts. There's a lot of theories about it, you know, but no one really knows why they do it. I do know the roller pigeons only do this through selective breeding, because once you breed a roller pigeon with, say, a racing pigeon, it will lose that ability to roll. They will lose it within one generation usually, and revert back to being a rock dove or like feral or racer.
Because these are Birmingham roller pigeons in particular, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what they're classified as, Birmingham rollers, yes.
So where did that particular breed come from?
Well, it came originally from the area around Birmingham, the West Midlands, the Black Country, and the birds came from, I guess, guys who worked on the farms and worked on the land, and they wanted to keep some kind of livestock, so they either kept dogs, bred dogs, fighting dogs, or they bred pigeons. It was all a bit of competition amongst them, you know, to bet down the pub to who's got the best pigeon, who's got the best dog. So the kind of the roller pigeon community grew up around that. The birds, I don't think the birds back then were like they are now. They were different. They were kind of high flyers, and they'd fly for sort of 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time, and they'd do quite little. They were called probably more tipplers. They had funny names, some like zippers and things like that. But today's modern roller is quite a different bird. But they all originated there, and that's where the first, what we now know as a Birmingham roller, came from, around that area, around Birmingham.
So how did we go from there to here, to have these birds that can roll impressively?
Yeah, it was really, again, through selective breeding and one guy.
You mentioned parlour rolling pigeons, so what are they exactly?
That is a roller pigeon that rolls along the floor, believe it or not.
Why does it do that?
Well, it doesn't actually go up and roll. It will literally just start rolling on the ground, and they have them rolling 30 feet along the ground backwards.
And how do you judge it?
I don't know, but I would think they are judged on the length that they roll, and maybe the tightness of the ball that they roll in. I'm not quite sure, because it's not something I'd be interested in. Well, I don't think there's only cats that get them, really, isn't there? You're not going to be bothered too much by hawks, are you?
True, no. It's just I've seen videos of them. It's one of the strangest things I've ever seen in an animal. Is it still a popular pastime, do you think?
It's declining in this country now, and I think it's a social thing, but it's also the recent rise of the peregrine falcon is sort of decimating the roller pigeon sport. It really is. The birds are pretty much helpless to the peregrine and the sparrowhawks and the goshawks, and they take them for fun, and it really is heartbreaking when you've put in all that work and you've done all that selection and you've done all that breeding and you've got a fantastic group of birds. The peregrine comes in, smashes into them, takes one, the birds scatter, the birds are frightened to death. It kind of spoils the way they fly, because they're nervous as hell when they go out. They'll kit tight, then as soon as they see a predator they'll break and they're all over the place, and it ruins the way you want the birds to fly for a competition, and it also, you generally lose your best birds, as well, as many rollmen will tell you.
So who have we got here?
This is a little Lucky, and you can just see on his breast there, that's where the peregrine tore at him. He actually ripped his crop open there. So when he came back, there was a bit of grain in his crop, and that was all stuck to his feathers because it had completely ripped his crop out. But he survived. He's lost his tail twice now. And the thing about roller pigeons, what we look for is a lovely little apple-shaped body like that. You see that shape? It's like a lovely little apple shape. And we don't want the wings tips to be longer than the tail. So we like a short wing on the roller. And we don't want a wing that's too broad either, like a nice, like that way. Because the roller pigeon obviously spins back that way if he's got great big wings. Like a tippler, he's not going to roll very good, so we want a little short, athletic, swift wing that he can, you know, that he can spin. But yeah, that's lucky. Been lucky so far, haven't we, fella?
It's very beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a glossy neck on him.